Hey guys, it's Lisa Bonet and I'm back with another video. You guys, come talk to me because I got potholes in my lawn and some people are saying that they rabbit holes since I always take y'all down one. You guys make sure you like, smash that like button, share out this live. If you guys are feeling the vibe, go ahead and subscribe. Look, if you guys haven't heard the latest on what is going on with Rihanna, I am here to fill you in, you guys. This is very disturbing to me and I see the pattern and I just wanted to have a conversation about this. All right. I want to keep you in the know. And I'd like to give you guys the latest on on that's on these social media streets. So let's go ahead and get into this. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and what we're going to do first is we are going to go on over to TMZ. Okay. And I'm going to give you the latest update as to what is going on with Rihanna and the whole case right now. Now, Ortiz has been charged in the Rihanna powing, if you guys do not know, okay? Now, her full name is Ivanna Ortiz. Let me go ahead and bring up her picture for you guys so you guys can see this. Y'all, this is so disturbing to me, all right? Absolutely insane. Let's go ahead and get into this, all right? Now, just to give you guys an update on what is going down, all right? And this is serious, y'all. This is nothing that should be played with or taken as a joke. I don't think that this should leave our memory anytime soon, all right? Now, her whole name is Ivanna Ortiz, and she faces multiple felony charges, including attempted red rum after allegedly firing an assault style rifle at Rihanna's Los Angeles home. Okay. This just happened this past Sunday, y'all. We are only at Wednesday. Now, the singer was inside during this powing, which damaged the property's gate. Okay. And two neighboring houses. All right. The charges just keep piling on. Now, Ortiz was arrested in a Tesla shortly after the incident and is scheduled for arraignment on March 25th. Now get this, because I'm here to bring you all of the details and the latest, okay? So the latest is that Rihanna and A$AP Rocky and the children, and I think two workers, okay, people that were hired by them, I don't know if they were security, I don't know if they were the nanny, they were all present, okay? Now, the thing about this is, and here is the update, guys, is that A$AP Rocky and Rihanna were actually in an Airstream. And an Airstream is a fancy schmancy trailer, okay, that they were in at the time. Now, if you guys look at this picture right here, those red circles mean that those are the pow holes. Do you guys understand how serious this is? Now, word is that she actually saw A$AP Rocky and Rihanna come out of their home and enter into this trailer. Okay? You guys see the bullet holes. This could have been worse. Somebody could have really gotten hurt. All right? So let's go ahead and get into this. First of all, let's go on over to TMZ. I want you guys to get a good look at this picture. All right. They were inside of here when this all went down. She had been stalking Rihanna and A$AP. You might as well say that, right? She actually saw them, and it's reported, go into this trailer. That's how she knew they were there. Now, at first, me, you, probably a lot of us thought that they were inside of the house. Okay. Some of the pows, which she did 10 in all, 10 rounds, y'all. Okay. And we saw how they hit, I think it was her front gate to her home. And the scary part about this, y'all, is we've seen fans talking to Rihanna from the front of her house. Okay, you don't have to worry because they have fled the scene, and we're going to get into that. All right, but this is what I was thinking, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys were thinking at the time, was this is as far and as close as this crazy Lulu, mentally deranged individual got to Rihanna. Let me show you guys. I'm going to put this picture back up, but I want to bring this into perspective, okay? If you guys look closely, and according to the LAPD, 4 rounds or fragments hit parts of the property. Police also say that Rihanna was home at the time. This was Sunday, y'all, the middle of the afternoon, family time. All right. This is not even the half of how close she got to Rihanna and her family. Okay. You see the gate. You see how the house is kind of further in, right? This is where they were, though. What if somebody had been sitting in the front at the wheel? What if somebody had been sitting, which would look like, now I don't know if this is the front or the back of the trailer, but does it matter? We're talking about an AR style weapon. Those are built and made to unalive. Okay? KILL. That's scary as fuck. Okay? Let's talk about this incident, okay? She tried to take out Rihanna and her family respectfully. Riri. All right? Now, Rihanna and ASAP and her kids, her babies, they're all like under 5 years old. Those are babies, y'all. Her family have fled the home. Now, what we're going to do, let's go over to TMZ and make it official, okay? And I'll give you guys the update. I can put this picture back up. No problem. All right. I will be in the chat, y'all, but let's get this started. All right. Let me go ahead and pull up TMZ for you guys. Make sure that you guys can hear me. All right. Let me see, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into TMZ. Now, you know, a lot of outlets have covered this, but we got to start somewhere, right? I can't put it all up at once. So TMZ it is. Let's go ahead and get into this, y'all. Probably I'll be reading. I don't think they have any video. Now, let's go ahead. You know, I like to give you dates and times, and you know, I don't know if it's irrelevant or not, but you know, it kind of adds to what I'm telling you. It gives you a little bit of insight as to what is going on. This was published March 9th at 6:03 p.m. Okay. Rihanna is seen leaving her home after the pow-powing. Now, let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Rihanna's not taking any chances following the terrifying shooting, pow-powing at her LA home because she was photographed getting on a flight and leaving town Monday afternoon. Where is she? We don't know. And even if we did, we ain't telling. Okay. And despite all of the she's evil, she's Illuminati, I don't give a damn. Let God handle that. I don't want to see anybody in their family injured, harmed, maimed, unalived. I don't care who you are. Okay? Let's go ahead and look. Photographs show bags being loaded into vehicles and driven to Van Nuys Airport before the plane takes off. Now we know ASAP Rocky and Rihanna are loaded. It's you know, the possibilities are endless where they could be going. And I'm glad that they have made it to safety. I really am. Now, as you know, authorities continue to investigate the pow-powing that took place at Rihanna's home Sunday while she was inside with her children. Oh, let me let y'all see the picture. I'm just skipping through the pictures. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. Okay, so you guys can see they're loading it up. Now, this is her leaving. They are hightailing it out of here. Okay. And you guys may say, well, you know, it's just one person. But like I said, y'all, we have seen Rihanna talking through these very doors or adjacent to the very doors and property that has pow holes in it. And in Hollywood, especially in California, in Hollywood, It's not unheard of. If you guys remember, and I don't know how old you are, if I'm aging myself or I don't give a fuck, there used to be Hollywood map to the stars where you could actually buy a map to all of the Hollywood stars' home and actually drive by them. Okay. Let's not forget the TMZ tour. Now, I don't know if they still have it. I'm not too sure that it actually goes to people's homes. I think it just traveled around and, spotted, go where, watering holes of the celebrity and spotted them out and about. But there used to be a thing, and I'm using quotations, where you could buy a actual map to the Hollywood stars. Okay. They promoted it. And if you think about it, it's really not that hard with the crossing of the lines from influencer to celebrity to just regular people like you and me having access to our faves. All right. Now, if you notice, TMZ is actually here. Okay. Now, they may be exception to the rule, but there are other pictures of other news sites or other news people out there in front of Rihanna's home, watching her move out. The same way they got the address is the same way that Ivana probably got the access to. All right. So let's keep going, you guys. 35-year-old Ivana Lisette Ortiz was booked for attempted red rum in connection with the pow powing. She's accused of firing multiple rounds into the Grammy winner's mansion from her car. How scary is that? Just imagine if she would have got out and walked up like other sane and harmless fans do quite often. Okay. And a perfect example of that is me being of sane mind and wanting to harm no one, but just simply wanting to cover a case. I showed you the video that I did and the access that I had to both ASAP Rocky and to Rihanna. All right. So scary, y'all. All right. Let's see. As we reported, Ortiz seems to have been preoccupied with Rihanna for some time, although there's no known link between the two. Now, just a tidbit of information. I don't know if it's on here or not, but we're going to get to it. Ivana went after Billie Eilish just weeks before this. Did y'all know that? She also was seen on video. I showed you guys her Facebook yesterday where she was mentioning Cardi B as well. Okay? This could have been anybody. This could have been anybody. Let's go ahead and get into this. Hold on. Now, I don't know why she was so hyper focused on Rihanna, but does it matter? Like what? Rihanna don't even know you exist, lady. Does it matter? And let's be honest, Rihanna is a loved artist, okay? She's very, very popular, very, very successful, absolutely beautiful, okay? I've seen Rihanna in person. Absolutely gorgeous, okay? And I done already told you ASAP Rocky was like a dream, okay? Watching him walk down that courtroom hall was like a dream, all right? But that's neither here nor there. Now, posts online show Ortiz have been making videos and writing about Rihanna leading up to this disturbing incident. Some say that it's just been going on for years, y'all. Unchecked, red flags, but nobody was watching the watcher. Ortiz is currently in custody with a bail set at $10,225,000. I think it's been lowered a little bit, but yeah, y'all, this is where we are. Okay. Let me see. Rihanna's home shooting dispatch audio released. Let's go ahead and listen to the audio since we're here. I wasn't planning on this, but since we're here and I want to fill you guys in on everything that's going on, let's go ahead and get into this, okay? let's listen, you guys, to the Pow Pow Dispatch audio that's been released, okay? Go ahead and take a listen. Where is it? Oh, hold on, guys. Now, let's see. Let it come all the way in. March 9th at 12:36 p.m. Let's go ahead and listen, you guys. Now, before I get into this, Rihanna knew something was going on, but she was confused, as any of us would be. Who would expect some crazy, fully deranged cuckoo to roll up in a white Tesla out of all cars and pop out with an AR style weapon and pow at you? Who? Nobody. I can answer that. My hand is up if you can see it. Nobody. Okay. But it was the call from the neighbors that brought the police to this neighborhood. And I mean, essentially, caught her license plate, caught her car, and caught her rabbit ass not too far away at the Sherman Oaks Galleria. Okay? Let's get into this recording. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure. Hold on, guys. For some reason, it's buffering. Let me see. Is this going to play or what? I apologize, you guys. For some reason, this is buffering. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys in the chat. I will be there to conversate with you momentarily. Let's get this started, okay? If it will ever get started. Hello. Hold on, y'all. Let me refresh this maybe. I apologize, you guys, for the ice cream man bringing joy to the children of the neighborhood, okay? You guys can remember you were just so happy that you heard the ice cream man coming down the street, so don't hate. All right, y'all, let's go. Let's see. It looks like it doesn't want to go. Oh, what is going on? You know what? Let me refresh this page. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to refresh. Because I'm not understanding. Why this is not playing. Okay, let me refresh this page and see if it will come in. Because I wanted to actually hear this. It looks like it doesn't want to play for us, y'all. Hold on, it may just be buffering. It may just be going a little slow. Maybe I should take this down and bring it back up. Hold on. Let me actually take down TMZ and bring it back up. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me go ahead and bring this back up. Let's bring TMZ back up. And let's try this one more again, okay? They trying to get us to stop talking about it, but we won't. We will not. Okay. Let's see, guys. Let me see if this is here. All right, so let's try this one more time. And let me make sure you guys can see this as well. And this is how the police were dispatched to Rihanna's residence. This is how they became aware. Now, if they got more than one call, I don't know. I don't know if they got more than one call now. Why does this not come up? Y'all, it is hating today, so I don't know why that this is hating. But let me go ahead. Hold on, you guys. I'm just going to let you guys hear it from my phone. I don't know why they hating on us, but they are. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I'll pull it up on my phone. Hold on. You guys tap in. You guys make sure you smash that like button. Let me see. TMZ. Rihanna. And I hope you guys are going to be able to hear this, because now I'm like committed to it. Like, we weren't even supposed to be hearing it, but now I'm committed to it. Like, all right, let's see. All right, here we go, guys. Let me know if you guys can hear. Green hearts in the, oh, I ain't even looking at the chat. Sorry, y'all. Green hearts in the chat if you guys can hear this, okay? Hold on. Because there is a ad playing. Hold on. I'm going to play it from my phone, you guys. It's very short. Like, I mean, it's only a couple minutes, but I think it's something that we need to hear, okay? All right, y'all. Let's go. And let me know if you guys can hear this. Green hearts in the chat if you guys can hear. Oh my God. What in the hell? Let me make sure it's turned up too.
Approximately 10 shots heard and then a person shouting, "Code incident 1920 RD 809, semi-critical." 8053, 8053, comes incident 1921, all units, 8030, responding quickly from Santa Monica, owner to... Okay, sure, thank you. 8032, Roger, do you know what the message would be? 81 shots back from the station. All units, 81 back to the station to... Units at 8028, 8028, additional units duty disregard. APR believes the shot came from across the street of the upper gate. The PR does not have visual. No further. Additional 1921. Westlaw unit, shooting just occurred. This vehicle is a white Tesla as he went down cold water. 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate. Code 3 incident 1932, RD 809. Sir, can you find out the make of that Tesla? I'm sorry, the bottom. Sir, there's somebody. CBR, you on the line? Number 2 passenger, for the description, the passenger was firing a gun. Additional on incident 1932. Can you go to the model of the car? 760, Roger. Westlaw units to respond to shooting just occurred. Suspect vehicle is a 2023 to 2024 Tesla 4-door with paper license plate, unknown model. Additional incident 1932. At 853, the suspect vehicle is on scene going southbound on Coldwater Canyon. Stand by the pier. The time you check the camera footage for a license plate. Hey, Mark, sure it's Coldwater. So, suspect Coldwater. Hey, 853, pier across to Coldwater? Yeah. Sorry, Nancy, 852, code 100, suspect Coldwater. Everything else on site. 81, was there a license plate number on the Tesla? CBR, are you on the line? Stand by, the pier is attempting to look at the camera footage for license plate. Are you in position on the shooting just occurred? Suspect vehicle is being Coldwater Canyon, additional incident 1921. Number 2 is going to be a Tesla Model 3, white in color. Stand by for the plate. Okay, we'll Copy, we're in the area. 13th and 30. 82 confirmed southbound Coldwater. 7034, Roger. All units position on the shooting just occurred. Suspect vehicle was a white Tesla Model 3 license plate. David Paul 38 Edward 1, David Paul 38 Edward 1, lastly northbound from 1200 block of Benedict Canyon. AZ1, that's just a possible. Search impossible. Temporary plate David Paul 38 Edward 1, David Paul 38 Edward 1. 859, I just spoke to the primary and it's going to be verified. That's the plate and the vehicle traveling on Benedict northbound. Okay, Roger.
Okay, so you guys just heard that, all right? That was the dispatch call that ultimately caught this nut, all right? And I do not apologize for that. You have to be out of your freaking mind, all right, to do something like this. Now, I showed you guys some of the clips on her Facebook, but we're going to go ahead and go over some of these again because I also want to let you know that her family has spoken out, and we're going to get into that. Now, let me say something that might make people uncomfortable today. I've been telling y'all for a long time that warning signs matter. And what just happened with the alleged shooting, pow-powing at Rihanna's home should be a wake-up call. Not just about one person, but about patterns that we keep ignoring in real time. Because here's the truth. Danger rarely shows up out of nowhere. It builds slowly, publicly, loudly, and sometimes right in front of our faces on social media. Now, people are shocked by Ivana Ortiz allegedly. It's no alleged. She opened pow pow at Rihanna's house. But when investigators and reporters start digging, what do we always hear? Post, rants, obsessive behavior, escalating language, years of red flags that people miss as just online talk. And that's the part I want to talk about. Because being unchecked does not mean being harmless. All right? Let's go ahead and get into Ivana's Facebook. All right? It's going to give you an inside look into the mind of someone who is mentally deranged. And don't come after me like I'm the bad guy. Her own family called her mentally deranged. And I'm going to read it for you. Okay? I'm going to read it for you. So don't come for us. Don't come for me and my peeps. All right? Come for the flies on the wall first. Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. Hold on. I'm going to bring this up. And we're going to play a few videos that come from Ivana's page. All right? Her Facebook page. Let me see, guys. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Share out this live, you guys. Turn your notifications so that you do not miss any update, okay? Because it's messy out here in these streets. Scary and dangerous. It's crazy, scary, spooky, and hilarious. Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. And I say the word hilarious very lightly, okay? Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. And I know I showed you guys yesterday, but guess what? It needs to be shown again as a reminder. You said supposedly this is right before her tour. Like I told y'all, word is she came after Billie Eilish just weeks before this. All right, so let me go ahead and bring this up. Hold on, let me take this down for you guys so you guys can be able to see this. Take a listen to this.
6 days of prayer. See, the thing is, I'm already here with God. I already have a freedom in this room, and it's amazing. Questions on my mind. What is lacking attention in my life? Believe me, I'm not lacking attention there. I have more than 4,000 guys that want to be my boyfriend. So there's no attention lacking. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. But you know what? At the end of the day, and at the end of the 60 days, I know that I prayed every single day, that I'm a praying woman, and I have everything here that God can look back to and say, yep, Ivanna prayed. Yep, that's what she prayed. And yep, those are the answers I gave. Okay, what else? What else? Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. My patience to my daughter. Jesus is watching. Jesus is watching. I gotta stay in motion because what other prayer requests do I have? God, rebuke the devil. Definitely remove any obstacles that are out there or any landmines that the enemy has tried to plant against me. Defend me, Lord. Go before me, Lord. Go before me, Lord. Go before me, Lord. And overcome any obstacles. Go before me, Lord, and overcome any obstacles. This is today. I know this would be a great day. I know God already answered my prayer. I know God is good. Answered prayers. Quite frankly, this is about God time. This is God's time. This is God's time. And this is God's time. This is God's time. I'm here in God's time right now. So thank you, God. Leave a comment and your thoughts. I do hope that other people are inspired by this. This is God's time, and I'm praying. And how this feels doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how this feels. Greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world. And any adverse opposition, thank you, God. That was my prayer yesterday. And that was he did answer that. Why? Because he's still greater than anybody in the world. And any adverse opposition. And here we are on day 2 of this prayer channel. Friday, November 28, 2025. Don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God. And trust also in me. I rebuke the devil. This isn't about pulling out my scriptures and having an ABC, ask, believe, and confess to have your prayers answered. That's not what this is, but this is here. I love God, I love life, and I love my family.
You see how they use God to do the devil's work? You see how they fake and pretend? Reminds you of anybody that I often talk about on this page or not? Yes. Let's look at a couple more videos, you guys. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let me see. Did you notice her eyes? Yes. What is up, Jenny from the Shy? Thank you so much, you guys, for popping in. Yes, I did, y'all. What's up, Shantae? Shantae. You guys, this is absolutely insane. Okay? Absolutely insane. What is up, Black Orchid? Shout out to Black Orchid. Hit the like button. Thank you guys for hyping me up and having my back. Okay? Thank you guys for joining me. Chelsea Davis. What is up? What is up? Shy Low in the house. Hi, Blonay in chat. Happy Wednesday. Shout out to you. Shout out to Pretty Brown Eyes. Hey, hey. Y'all, it's getting scary out here. It's getting scary. All right. Someone could have gotten hurt, innocent bystanders, anyone. Now it says it reports they left the country, and I don't blame them. Either do I. Either do I. I would have left the damn country too. Okay. He said, yeah, they don't want weapon control. Y'all, do y'all see this? I'm going to play you guys a few of her other videos. Hold on. Let me see how I can take this and minimize it. Hold on, y'all. Let's see, guys.
Look at my legs. Look at my legs. You can't fuck with me, Cardi B. You're supposedly busy right now. You're supposedly busy right now. But you know who has the cutest outfit tonight? You know who's the cutest tonight? I am. I'm the cutest tonight. You ain't doing nothing to me. You ain't messing with me. You ain't messing with me. Ain't nobody pressed. Ivana's not pressed. Is Cardi B pressed? Shardy B? Yeah. Yeah, I was just in San Francisco last week. Actually, this week. No one wanted me to go to what Cardi B had going on. I wonder why. Ooh, I wonder why. Ooh, I wonder why. Look at my legs. Look at my legs.
Now, y'all, that's just a couple of videos. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But do you know that she was Baker acted before? And if you guys don't know what the Baker Act is, it allows the law an involuntary examination and temporary detention of individuals who are believed to be mentally ill and pose a threat of harm to themselves or others. Now, the purpose of the act is to provide emergency mental services and evaluation for people who are unable to determine their need for treatment. Okay, this is what happened to her. 5150 hold. If you want me to say it in street terms, it's a 5150 hold, okay, which allows them 72 hours to evaluate you, medicate you, get you off the streets. If you are a danger to yourself or others, clearly they missed the boat. Clearly they missed the boat, right? Let's go ahead and get into what her family had to say, because her family has spoken out, okay? Her family has spoken out. And what, at the end of the day, Nobody on the internet truly knows everything that's happening behind closed doors. But one thing is clear is this situation has been volatile from the start. And when multiple voices start raising red flags, it might be worth slowing down and listening. All right. Now, let me go ahead and pull up what her family had to say. Now, you guys can't tell me that this is not scary. I mean, does it matter that it happened to an influencer? I mean, does it matter that it happened to a celebrity, rather? A Grammy Award-winning celebrity. I don't want to take anything away from Rihanna. And I saw somebody in the comments saying, you know, she worships the devil or she's of the devil. We've heard her say that. You know what I'm saying? We've seen symbolism in their videos too. And I don't mean just symbolism like, looks like it may be Illuminati. No, bro. In ASAP Rocky, he actually had that pentagon or whatever that thing is called that they draw on the ground. He actually had that in his video. Had it in his video. All right. But this does not, I do not wish any harm on anybody. Okay. Those type of things I leave up to God because it's a spiritual warfare. Now, which side they're on, I don't fucking know. But what I do know is nobody deserves to be shot at, especially those innocent children. Especially those innocent children, right? Because what? Bullets ain't got no name, right? Pull the trigger, shoot a nigga, make sure that you get them. The bullets ain't got no name. They don't have a name. Now, let me go ahead and pull this up so we can see exactly what the family had to say. And I'm glad that, you know, the authorities identified her as the suspect after the pow, you know, and I'm glad that everybody was okay. Nobody was hurt, but let's be honest, this situation could have ended differently. All right. Mental instability, mentally insane, I would say. Right? Obsessed, unstable, religiously motivated. This is the point that I want to get across to you because this is a lot of times what I say about Chrisean, and we've heard the threats. She stayed under the umbrella of religion, but she be doing the devil's dirt. She do her dirt all by her lonesome under the name of God. Right? And I know the investigators ultimately have to determine the motive, you know, but the history shows something important. Extremism doesn't start with violence. It started with unchecked certainty. Not faith, not spirituality, but extreme disguised as righteousness. And there's a difference. There's a difference, you guys. All right? Faith and goodness and God is supposed to guide people towards compassion and community. Let's see what the family had to say. Hold on, y'all. Now, first, let me go ahead and bring up this screenshot, and then we're going to go on over to X because I want you guys to look at some posts over there too as well. Let me go ahead and pull this up. This is what the family had to say, guys. This is what the family had to say. You know what? You guys can't really read this. And I don't think there's any way for me to blow this up. So, you know what? Let's go on over to Twitter. Okay. I think it would be a better experience for you guys. Hold on, y'all. I think it'll be a little bit of a better experience if I can kind of blow it up and you guys can kind of see it for yourself. All right. So let me take you guys on over here. Thank you guys so much for tapping in, y'all. This is insane. Okay. This is actually the attack against her family Is this a sign of the times? Or has this been, is history repeating itself? And I got the answer, but let's get into this first, okay? I got the answer. All right, you guys, let's see what we can see. And let me make sure you guys can see this as well. Let me take down the screenshot and let's bring this up. And let's just go through this, guys, because there's some posts that I want you guys to see so you guys can actually see the source of where I'm getting this from, right? Hold on. All right. Now, let's see. Rihanna would be Red Rummer ID'd as Ivanna Ortiz, a celebrity stalker with a history of harassing entertainment companies. Ortiz made deranged online posts leading up to the attack. I didn't call her deranged. They called her deranged. All right. Let's see. Hold on, y'all.
Investigators are back out here now going through the scene. It does appear that some of the bullets went through the gate and into an Airstream trailer in the driveway, also an outside wall of the home, but no injuries were reported. Tony?
Carter, thank you very much.
Multiple bullet holes are clearly visible in the front gate leading to Rihanna's home in Los Angeles.
Approximately 10 shots heard and an unknown person shouting.
It happened Sunday afternoon. Police say 35-year-old Ivanna Ortiz from Florida opened fire with an AR-15 style assault rifle and fled.
Well, I was just washing dishes in my house and I heard shots and I was a little shocked.
Police spotted the suspect's car from the air.
Proceed over white Tesla, northbound.
They tracked it to a nearby shopping mall where they took Ortiz into custody, booked her on attempted murder, and set bail at more than $10 million. The 9-time Grammy winner and business mogul was home at the time of the shooting, according to the LA Times. The LAPD confirms people were present, but it's not clear if her partner, rapper A$AP Rocky, and their 3 children were also there. In 2018, a man broke into Rihanna's home and stayed there for 12 hours until the singer's assistant discovered him. In this case, police say they've recovered the weapon, and we've uncovered more about the suspect. Ivanna Ortiz was booked for domestic violence in Florida in 2023. More recently, she sought an injunction to block a Billie Eilish concert in Orlando.
Is Cardi B pressed?
Before the shooting, a woman who appears to be Ortiz shared bizarre posts on social media about several celebrities, including Rihanna. Investigators are back out here now going through the scene. It does appear that some of the bullets went through the gate and into an Airstream trailer in the driveway, also an outside wall of the home, but no injuries were reported.
You saw her picture? God's judgment is going to be overwhelming against you when he grabs you and throws you down. I've already seen it. You saw Rihanna? You saw her picture? She has a very big forehead and an ugly, ugly nose. That's God's judgment on her. I keep telling her to stop harassing me. To stop harassing me. And she keeps doing it. She keeps harassing me. God's judgment is going to be overwhelming against you when he grabs you and throws you down. I've already seen it. You saw Rihanna? You saw her picture? She has a very big forehead and an ugly, ugly nose. That's God's judgment on her. I keep telling her to stop harassing me. To stop harassing me. And she keeps doing it. She keeps harassing me. God's judgment is going to be overwhelming.
All right, you guys, this is an aerial shot of Rihanna's home, okay, right here. Let me see if I can scroll down. I'm trying to find the family speaking out. Here it is right here, okay? Now, Ivana Ortiz's cousin released a statement about what happened involving Rihanna, saying Ivana has struggled with her mental health and that the family had tried to help her. Okay, so we are right on track, y'all. We are right on track. Let's go ahead and go over this and read this, y'all. All right, so the family has spoken out. Let's see what they had to say. Okay, now let me see if I can kind of blow this up so you guys can see it. Hold on. All right, so you guys can see right here. Now it says I had to say something because now I'm getting messages, etc., of people just going in. Understandably, that she did a terrible act. However, she wasn't always like this. Mental health issues are to be taken seriously. We all took her mental health seriously and did what we could do as a family. I do feel so sad for everyone involved, and I don't want to take it lightly what happened either. It was an act of violence, and that's not okay. I do hope she gets better, and I hope that Rihanna and her family can heal from this traumatic event. I do wish everyone knew the version of her that I knew. She was so accomplished and has such a beautiful spirit, funny, fun, a good mom, a good member of the community, creative, considerate, and loving. I cannot stress enough, people have to take their mental health seriously. In a state of delusion, you can really think things are so really real when they aren't. Listen to your loved ones when they're trying to tell you that they need help. It's not to be learned from, okay? This is the family speaking out. This is the cousin. Now, it also goes on to say, I want to start off by saying, I'm sorry. I am so sorry for Rihanna and her family. It's a tragedy. I'm so grateful that Rihanna and her family are so divinely protected and didn't get injured physically. I'm sure mentally it took a toll on them, of course. It breaks my heart to know how scary that must have been for them and how violated they must feel. Yes, Ivana is. It saddens me to see the comments and messages from strangers about her family and friends. We are very supportive in a caring family, and we did our best. Mental health is real. It's so sad. She wasn't always this way. Our family tried to help in all the ways you can. We continue to pray for her mental health. Somebody says she was in a her cousin goes on to say she was in a very bad accident. There's proof of the GoFundMe created. And ever since then, she's been struggling with her mental health. She was a completely different person before that. None of us knew she would do this. Our apologies on behalf of the whole family. We are all so sorry this happened to the ASAP Rocky and family. So you guys see that this family, her cousin is saying that she was in a bad accident. And ever since the accident, she has been this way. There is no excuses, y'all. But this is the family speaking out. Okay, I can't tell them how to react or how to express themselves. All I can do is bring it to y'all. All right. Now, it does go on to say her family is most likely aware. However, when you are over 18, the age of 18, you cannot force treatment on someone only for very specific reasons. Even then, once someone is stable, they have to make a decision to continue to take their medication. Somebody else put, so true. I've dealt with this for years with my brother. Your hands are tied unless you go through probate, which is a long, drawn out process. So I said, I am her cousin, and yes, thank you. So y'all, the family has spoken out. At least the cousin has. And she says, I'm trying to explain this to people. For one, we understand. We totally get it, okay? I often talk about Chrisean on this channel. And we bring up the same thing, y'all. We do. This is similar, her behavior, not this specific incident. Now, Chrisean has talked about doing this. Don't let me bring it up. Don't let me bring it up how she wanted to turn her plane around, drive a car through Blueface'S house. No telling who was there. His mama could be there. Carlissa could be there. Javon, Journey. He could have people there. He streams there. Other celebrities, popular streamers, anybody could be at his house, and you want to drive through it with a car and then hop out? and pow him specifically in the face, I tell y'all, don't take that lightly. That is a threat, and it should be taken as a threat. She wasn't laughing. She wasn't playing when she said it. And her social media behavior, the behavior we are seeing in Ivanna, is similar to what we see on the social media behavior of your fave Chrisean Rock. Now, before we go on, right, into this, did y'all know that red flags don't wave and history repeats itself? Because, I'm here to remind you, right? I'm here to remind you. And the fact that she was previously Baker Act, and the fact that her Facebook is still up is kind of amazing to me, because, normally they shut that down, either the family or, law enforcement, where the public doesn't have access to it. But, hey, I don't know, right? Let's look at a few more posts right here on X, you guys, so I can catch you guys all the way up to speed. And I think that's about it, because I've shown you guys everything. Rihanna jets out of LA after the rifle attack at her Beverly Hills mansion. You guys see it. This is an overview. This is an aerial shot of her beautiful home. And I'm sure she can get another one. I think this is the smartest thing she could have did, is hightailed it out of town with her and her peeps, okay? Her family. I think she has a 5-month-old, doesn't she? Yes, y'all, this is serious. This is absolutely serious, okay? Here we are again. Here's a photo of the woman. So you guys get it. You guys get it. And I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. But this behavior echoes and shadows what we see when we see Chrisean on Rock threatening people's lives, wishing them death, wishing them that they go to jail. And she also says she doesn't care. She going to jail too. She don't give a damn. You keep talking, if you keep rubbing her the wrong way, which is never an excuse, right? People talk sideways to me every day. Okay? People talk to me off the side of their neck through comments every day. You think that justifies and gives me the right to do something to them, violate them, go to their house? No. But this is the repeated behavior that we see with not only Chrisean, but a few other people. Okay? Now, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. This is absolutely insane, y'all. Absolutely insane. Somebody says, I wonder why Facebook didn't see that. They see everything else. Girl, I know. I know. What's up, Miss Lolly? Shout out to Miss Lolly. Them eyes dark, too dark. She thinks she looks good. Yeah, girl. Yeah, delusional. I'm not saying she's ugly, but girl, fuck looks. I'm not even worried about looks right now. Who cares? Who cares? We're talking about the mentality of somebody. See, that's what's wrong with this world anyway. She looks good. You know what I'm saying? Hair done, nails done, everything did. Oh, she's good. Oh, yeah. No. You got to start vetting these people. It's all about the mindset. Remember we found out, oh boy, David's dad was a lawyer and highly connected to the government? Yeah. Yes. Somebody said, who worships Satan? Riri, wow. I mean, that's what they say, okay? She has come out before and said she worshipped the devil. Or she said she worshipped Satan in an interview. It's out there if you go look, okay? Just because you see symbolism in a video doesn't mean that that person necessarily practices Satanism or worships the devil. But when they say it out of their own mouth, or you see repeated behavior that matches that, because it could be you or I, you know what I'm saying, or your cousin, it could be anybody. And somebody be like, girl, you want to be in Rihanna video? Yes, I do. Yep. Girl, excuse me. Would you like to be in Kanye's video? Yep. And next thing you know, You standing in front of a church on fire on stage with Marilyn Manson coming out. With demons coming out from here and there. Y'all don't remember when Kanye West was on the stage with Marilyn Manson with the church on fire? Somebody could have just not even known that was going to happen and be like, I want to be in a video. We will pay you $1,000. Hell, you can pay me $500. I'll be there where you want me to be at. You feel me? That doesn't mean I didn't even know the motherfucker was going to catch the church on fire. I didn't know Marilyn Manson was about to walk out. You feel me? But it's repeated behavior that you got to pay attention to. It's what comes out their mouth that you have to pay attention to. Okay? At the end of the day, it is what it is. This is not our fight. But just me being a member of the media and a member of society, I don't want to see anybody get pow down, especially no innocent children. Okay? You know? Yo, to be an A-lister, you gotta take that oath. Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. I think it's the $20 million club. Look, we're not gonna sit up here and act like we don't know. Girl, we know. At least we know a little bit. We're not gonna sit up here and act oblivious, okay? But it is what it is, right? You get what you give. We don't know if it's demons against demons. We don't know what the hell going on. All I know is I see this behavior when I look at Chrisean as well. Okay? And a lot of people have called her out. Blueface called her out. Chastity has called her out. Taseki has called her out. Right? It's just a lot, you guys. All right, you guys, let me take this down and let me show you guys something that I have, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at this Blueface calling out Chrisean. Let's see. Now, the fact that they use religion and stand behind religion is a really, really scary thing. You know what I'm saying? And psychologists call it ideological fixation. When a person believes their mission is so important that normal rules and empathy and even human life stop mattering. Okay? And that's how cults are formed. You know me, I'm a cult gonna come out my mouth. All right? Jim Jones gonna keep coming out my mouth. That's how charismatic figures manipulate followers. And sometimes that's how individuals justify harmful acts while believing that they're doing good. And the frightening part is that people like this blend into everyday society. They don't always look dangerous. They don't always sound dangerous. They can appear passionate, devoted, even peaceful, until a moment comes where belief turns into action. We just saw her being a Jesus freak. A zealot. That's what a zealot is. They can appear to be that. Let's go ahead and get into what I said about Blueface. Hold on. So I'm getting ready to show y'all. You know I can show you better than I can tell you, right?
Chrisean Rock is a fucking genius. I'm not gonna take that from her. I'm gonna tell you why she's a genius. Because she knows how to manipulate. So she manipulated me to thinking that she was all about me because she was out of desperation, right? So that's why when she got into a position, she kind of tried to discredit everything I did, right? Granted, all right? Because I was confused. I'm like, damn, you used to say so much great things about me. Now I'm responsible for everything but your success. I'm responsible from verbal abuse, financial abuse, this, that. But when it comes to your success, I have nothing to do with it. Okay, that's strange. But the pregnancy is what really made me realize, because I have 2 kids. I've been into labor rooms. When someone is in labor, it's cool. It's out of the blue. No female is planning to go in labor, right? I have 2 kids. I know this. You can't tell me otherwise. Chrisean planned her labor. She didn't coincidentally go to Baltimore and her water broke and she just went somewhere and had the baby. You know how I know this? Because certain hospitals don't let you film because of their own rules and, whatever they got going on. Chrisean went to a place prior when she was on base in Baltimore. She found a place prior that she could record this birth at. So, stay with me. It's all attention based. Chrisean has done everything up till this far for attention. She's manipulating all of us. And the only reason I'm now waking up and realizing it because I have kids, so I know how this situation goes. So now that 2 and 2 aren't going together, it makes sense, right? Chrisean flew to Baltimore with a hospital that she already knew she could film at. She flew there medically induced. She let us know before the baby was coming that it was coming. 4 weeks before the due date, right? So if your due date is September 23rd, why are you letting us know that the baby's coming a week before September? You letting us know in August. How do you know that? This is your first child. You're inexperienced. Okay, I get it. See it, she knows that it's gonna be a big deal. For example, why do you think before Chrisean goes live and she cries and says that I'm a terrible guy, her makeup's done, her jewelry's on, her nails are done, everything is pre-planned? That's the genius part about it. Her fame, her claim to fame is sympathy. And who's gonna deny that? If it's evident, if it's in your face, right? That's the manipulation. So now I'm like, damn, I didn't let this bitch get me.
He realizes that he's been got. All right? Lust and stupidity will do it every time. It's not that hard to figure out. Let me explain something to you, because this is what you call narcissistic behavior. Okay? This is what you call narcissistic personality disorder-ish behavior. Someone who is a narcissist, although they seem cool, calm, and collected, and they're living their best life, on the surface is deeply suffering inside. Let me explain. Someone who hurts others so consistently, yet they appear like nothing bothers them. Y'all, the truth is, everything bothers them. And this is why I say he thinks he's cut off ties and everything is hunky-dory and he's wiping, done, like he's dusting the you better get ready. Don't be dusting your hands off and thinking you done with the situation. Oh, no, 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 no. This is just the beginning. Okay? Despite how, grandiose they are and how manipulative they are, they're still humans. They just want you to think that they're tough as nails, that they're Teflon Don. But right beneath the surface, and I'm going to tell you about these people, right beneath the surface, there's an elaborate level of suffering, okay, that they have to work at, endlessly work at, tirelessly work at, to hide from the world and themselves. The same thing that they try to hide from us, they deny it inside as well. So imagine walking around and trying to fool the world and your damn self. Do you guys get it? I'm trying to take you into the mind of a narcissist, okay? This is how it is. This is why they live in their own reality, which is far from what's the real reality that you and I live in, okay? In the everyday. We as humans are not designed to operate like a narcissist does. That's unnatural. And this is why I have a list of people who have spoken out against Chrisean. Go ahead and listen to what her sister had to say. You don't believe Blueface? Go ahead and listen to what her sister had to say. Red flags don't wave. You have to look for them, spot them out, vet them, identify them, call them out. Red flags don't wave. Hello. Let's listen to what the sister has to say. Now remember, this is not just one source. Her sister has known her all her life. All right? 5 years older than Chrisean. She was around when Chrisean was born. She has known her whole life. And I got more. Let's go ahead and listen to what Chastity had to say. Now, there's so many clips I could choose from, y'all. Just pick up what I'm putting down. All right?
The hit king, and my dumb ass took him in school and told because I got a big mouth and I thought being shit that wasn't even true. You said that I beat King and all. King don't know what an ass whooping is. I threw a bottle at Lil Petey in the hit king, and my dumb ass took him in school and told because I got a big mouth and I thought being honest gets you somewhere. I thought being honest, I was being honest. I made a mistake, and could you help me? Like, I just went and told to the nurse. The fuck out of here. Nothing ever happened to King. He never been hurt. His arm never been broke. None of that. Stop that cat. Only one thing bad really happened to me is what happened to Shakur. He was with my mom and stepdad, and Chrisean asked to get him that night when she came in town. About a motherfucker that don't even know how to be a mother. You should be ashamed of yourself, goofy. Fuck what you talking about? Don't get me started on this bitch. Why y'all trying to make it seem like family is perfect? Like, people don't go through shit. She put this shit to the internet. I'm not finna keep not saying nothing after all the shit y'all be playing with me on the internet. Cause of her. Yeah, I'm responding now when I feel like it. You got me fucked up. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Mind your business. You let a hater tell you anything. Because she ain't got it. All that money she spent on Blueface'S restaurant, she should have paid for the doctors and be a real mom. How about that? Y'all want to keep talking about me? At least I got my son graduated.
Now you heard what Chastity had to say, right? What a narcissist is a person who built an identity entirely around dominance, image, and control. Now, they cut ties from authenticity. That means that there's no truth in them and they raps ain't real. I don't care how much they want to portray. I don't care what stage they get on. I don't care if they sleep at church. I don't care if they're in the choir. I don't care if they're on the community board. I don't care if they're in charge of the building fund. I don't care if they go to make it to Bible study. I don't care. It ain't about the building. It's about the people. Just because you make it to a building, because where two or more are gathered, so will God be. But what if those two or more and there's demons? What if one of them's a demon? What do you say about that? But I just want to give you guys a little insight, all right? They cut ties from authenticity, meaning that they are fake. and that festers and rots in them, that rots them from the inside out, right? Someone like Chrisean or even Ivanna, in this case, they suffer in silence. And this is why she's always asking for prayers, in my opinion. This is why she's always staying, talking about the demons or somebody's coming for her and she got to keep the demons away. Yeah. This contradicts the life and lifestyle that she pushes down our throats. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. And like I always say, Chrisean is not alone. She represents a sector of society. And part of that sector of society just tried to take out Rihanna. Do you feel me? Right? She's always saying demons is coming for her. She wants us to believe, or people like this want us to believe, that if you're safe, if you're sanctified, and you have such a beautiful and wonderful relationship with God, like we just saw that loony bird hold up a picture of Jesus, a generic picture of Jesus at that, talking about some, she loves Jesus. Your words and life should reflect that. When somebody's life and actions do not reflect the words that are coming out of their mouth, it's time to question them. It's time to take a step back, and you can use what I'm telling you in your real life. This is deeper than rap. This is deeper than media. This is deeper than tea. Because these real people are living real lives. Like, really, Rihanna really got on a plane with her family and really took off in reality. Those pow holes are real. That's all I'm saying, y'all. If the life doesn't reflect the words and the action doesn't reflect the words, and then in the same breath, she'll often talk about how she's depressed and how people are coming for her and how people are hating on her and how she's just this angelic being and that does no wrong and everybody's just hating. And if you keep hating and talking about me, you're going to die. Bitch, what? Yeah. You're going to die. Or go to jail. Those are the only two choices that Blueface got. Anybody to talk about you or Junior, that's all we got. We only got two choices. And you are supposed to be a child of God. What the fuck? And y'all believe that? Y'all believe that? Yeah. Anybody that talks about me, yeah, they're gonna die. You saw what happened to Ronnie, right? Yeah. And that goes for Bino. Let's see, Lemmy, 33K, Blueface. Did I try to fight Jaden? Yeah. Security guard, Jaden. Who did I call it? Enchilada? Wendy Ortiz. Yeah. All of them. This is the behavior I'm talking about. Okay? Even her sister Tasiki called her out. Hold on, you guys. Let me see. Let me go here. And let me pull up this video of Tasiki as well. Because I think this is the only way I'm going to get my point across. I need to wake you up and shake you up, okay? Before you get shooketh like Rihanna just did. Let me see. Hold on. Let me pull this up for you guys. And let's go ahead and get into this, okay? guys, make sure you smash that like button, share out this live. If you guys are new here, welcome, welcome. Make sure you subscribe, push that like button, you guys. We are on the road to 10K. And every time you like, comment, subscribe, any activity over here pushes us into the algorithm. So I appreciate you. Now, let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys. And let's get into what Tasiki had to say. Let's see, guys. Hold on. While we're scrolling, do you see this? This was just the other day. This 100% feels and sounds threatening, in my opinion. Somebody wrote that, and I agree with them. Pray for Jonathan. You think this is a game? You think this is a game? It's not a game. And we're just scrolling. This is not a game. Pray for Jonathan. This is Chrisean. You see her name up here. And then what song is she playing? Let me make sure you guys can see this. What song is she playing? I'll tell you. Jesus is the only way. See how they play with God?
It's not just a call. It's a warning. That's them.
This is not a game. This is not for play. All right?
Felt like
let's not forget what Dre said.
And my brother did Chrisean bad. That's probably his biggest enemy right now is Chrisean on the low. Ain't everybody surprised, right? But yeah, on the low, yeah, my brother is his biggest enemy right now is probably Chrisean. And now all of a sudden she best friends with his manager, Whack. That's even more scary with me. You know, my brother done so much wrong to her. He done robbed her of over $300,000 when they shot the show. He only gave her a little bit because I guess he felt like he was the bigger star. He went and got her baby, and then come to find out, she found out that he knows that's not his baby. They've had a very tumultuous relationship, and I feel like it's turned into just something more toxic than we realized. But I know she hates his guts, and she's faking, and that's probably his biggest enemy right now is probably her. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody else probably hates him more. My brother supposedly may or may not. I think they saying he was attacked again. Hopefully.
So y'all heard that, right? And we're just scrolling. We're just scrolling. All right. Let me go ahead and get to this, guys. He said that Chrisean is probably his brother's biggest enemy. Now, when was this? Talk about warning signs. Talk about red flags. This is dated May 19th of 2024. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Because I'm trying to get to Tasiki, okay? I think it's here. Hold on. I thought I had Tasiki in here, y'all. Maybe I don't. Let's see, y'all. Don't tell me I don't got the Siki in here. Okay, here it goes. You guys go ahead and take a listen to this.
If you ain't about arguing nobody, if you ain't a good mother, don't talk to me. If you ain't a bomb-ass mom like myself, don't talk to me. If your child can't come sit up on the bed and say, "Ma, I want this, this, and that, I want this, and that, here go my grades, I'm doing straight." If your child can't sit up on the end of your bed like my motherfucking child and say, "Ma, I got straight A's, here go my Christmas list, Louis V, Gucci down, Bodega, shit." If you, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not. We looking. You ain't at the, listen, we looking. If you ain't at the mall with me and Smiley, because our children stay on the honor roll, and we shopping for them, buying them all the type of drip that they want, because they the best kids ever. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not even giving you no attention. Now, I'm not even going to slap you, bitch. You're not even worth the hell. These bitches that's running their mouth is nowhere near my level. They can never stay in the same room as me. Only time they can stay in the same room as me is Lemmy Plumber put me there, bitch. And he pays me a lot of money to stand next to you. Crackhead, lying, manipulator, murderers. Stand next to you. Crackhead, lying, manipulator, murderers. A lot of money to stand next to you. Crackhead, lying, manipulator, murderers.
You heard her own sister call her what she called her. Now who you think is lying? Now remember, we're not handing out any angel wings because we done already figured it out that it may not have been because Ronnie was just seeking a DNA to see if he was the father of Junior. But there was a video that I showed you guys where he exposed the whole damn family and said he was going to say more. And he specifically named Tasiki as a setup queen. If y'all remember, I think it was more than just Chrisean that wanted Ronnie silent. Like I said, you cannot negate the fact that maybe it was some street itch, right? We saw when Ronnie was arrested that one time, he had the dope in the gun, in the pack, in the pot, in the pill. Y'all don't remember? But we cannot ignore what we're hearing. Now, you guys may come on me and, be hating on the people in my chat and the likes, but Tessa herself said that they are all mentally ill. Okay? Let me see if there's anything else I want to show you here before we get to what Tessa had to say. Okay? Because if you guys remember, and the reason why I bring up Blueface is, do you guys remember? I just showed y'all the other day that Chrisean Rock allegedly set up Blueface. Y'all remember the text that was leaked? Yes, the text that was leaked. And then on top of the fact that Ronnie was in communications with somebody, I don't know who he was texting, but he knew, or at least he thought, that Chrisean was trying to unalive him too. Y'all remember? Let me see if I can find them. Let me see if I can find them. Okay? I'm gonna do a little scrolling, y'all. Okay? Let me see, y'all. Let's see. Let's see. Guys, make sure you smash that like button. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for letting a sister roll. Thank you for hyping me up in the chat. Thank you for supporting this platform, Blown Media. Okay. Anytime you guys cash app, super chat, or push the like, subscribe, or share, you guys are giving to a awesome cause. Okay. We are growing this channel. I'm a college student as well. And yeah. This goes toward this. I pour this all back into my social media platform and to my businesses, okay? Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Let us see, y'all. Hold on. We're going to go past this. Let's see. We already know that. I'm trying to look for something specific here.
Get mad at me, can get mad at me.
I look crazy. Let me take this off.
Hold on, y'all.
Oh, baby in his restaurant. Nigga, I'm talking about a kid. You talking about me eating at somebody's fucking restaurant.
Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find it without skipping it. Girl, you remember this mess. We ain't even getting into it. You remember that mess. Okay, hold on, y'all. We're definitely going to come back live and talk about some of these things, all right? But let me go ahead and get into the text messages. Now, this is the video that I showed y'all. This is the video that I showed y'all where he was exposing everybody, okay? And in this video, remember, he was claiming that he was not Junior's daddy. Yeah, the rabbit hole goes deep, y'all. I'm so confusion. I am so confusion. But hold on. Let me see. All right, so I think this is it right here, you guys. All right. Let me see. All right, so now let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. All right. Now, I cannot pinpoint, of course, this is in and around before Ronnie was unalive. I don't know if it was days, but if we read the caption, it says, I can't watch her neglect Junior and play with God. It's not right. His final days and final sentiments. And they are talking about Ronnie. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this. I want to make sure you guys can hear me and make sure you guys can see this as well. Let's go ahead and get into this. All right. It says, let me blow it up a little bit. Okay. Ronnie Doe is, as you can see, this is Ronnie Doe's page or DMs. It says, hey, Neff, I'm so glad you messaged me. Let me know exactly what you need. Got to keep you safe. You got more support than you think, Ronnie. So Ronnie Doe responds. He says, they're trying to get me unalived. They put a hit on me. Y'all see it with your own eyes. Whoever he's talking to says, I know. How scary is that? And you think this don't relate to how we started out with the story with Ivanna? You think this don't relate? He responds, I can't go home. I don't know what I should do for real. He says, I can't watch her neglect Junior and play with God. It's not right. Y'all see it. Now it went on. This is the only screenshot that we have, but as you can see, these dots down here let you know that it went on further. Ronnie warned us over and over that they were trying to silence him, and they eventually did. Let that sink in for a minute. Let that sink in. Okay? Now, remember that she also was alleged to have leaked text messages where she tried to set a Blueface in and around the time that she stole his car and tried to drive it to Baltimore to go see Ronnie. Little did she know that there was dope and guns and crack and pills all up in through that motherfucker. She got stopped in Oklahoma and they took her rabbit ass to jail. She caught a charge. Y'all remember that, right? Let me take this back down. Let me see if I can get to it, y'all. Hold up. Hey, don't worry. We're going to get to all of these clips because I saved them for a reason. And we're going to get into that too as well. Let me just see. And this right here are the text messages that allegedly that she leaked. I mean, that she put out in her conversations with Blueface. And I can tell you right now that man has been stopped effing with her. I do not believe, and I do not believe that he had SDX with her when he got out. Okay, because the cuckoo crazy overpowered the power of the pussy. Okay, by then the lust spell was off. And the nigga had woke up and smelt the mother freaking coffee, the tea, piss. I don't give a damn. Okay? I believe that these text messages are old and not recent. Okay? I believe that they both probably started another Instagram or either, you know how you can deactivate your account and then bring it back? You can do that too, and it's going to show up like this. Just wanted to put that out there. Just FYI, okay? Let me see if I can find this. Hold on, y'all. It might not be in here, but I've shown you guys the text messages before, okay? Yeah, I don't think that I have it here, but I've showed you guys the text messages where. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me go down a little bit faster. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. It might be a little further down. Hold on, guys. Trying to go down a little bit further. Okay, here it is, you guys. All right. Now I showed you guys this, but it bears repeating. It bears repeating. Chrisean probably was on the phone trying to pull off another setup. Remember this? Remember this? Let's get into these text messages. And let me blow it up for you. Okay? Yes. This is what we're talking about. All right, so let me blow it up a little bit. Now, it says, his BM, the reason why my tooth gone for real. I ain't even tell you everything yet. Just wait till I do. Chrisean continues and says, and she puts up the devil emoji. It says, be more ish. You feel me? Let's do this. She ain't new to this. She true to this. She been set up in. She been in motherfuckers unalive. This is her MO. Why do you think Ronnie called her the setup queen? Okay. Now, no, she says, till I do. Now, the person who's answering her says, be more ish for real. You feel me? Let's do this. You be knowing where he at? Send that drop on his crib. I needs that. So she sends an address, y'all. Chrisean goes on to say, nah, I be knowing where he too. Sometimes when I get, she says, so when I get sharp, whoa, I'ma send it. And then she puts sometimes, so somewhere she messed up. She also says, my sister said, call you. And my sister said she called you and you don't be answering. Call me tomorrow. This is Chrisean talking. Whoever she's talking to says, that's a bet. There's one more page, y'all. Now she says, you can't let them get away with this. Somebody else responds or say, I always got you and your sister's back. You know that. Make sure you do what I said, and it's up. It's LA. That ain't about nothing. I'm going to hit you soon. All right? Be safe. Chrisean gives 100, 100, 100. Whoever it is says, where you at? Get that drop. Or no, when you get that drop. Chrisean answers back and say, dummy, he gave me my phone in a crib. That's for real his address. He gonna get another crib too. Somebody says, hey, laughing emoji, 100 emoji. He done effed up. That's a bet. I hit you soon. What does that sound like to you? What does that sound like to you? Does that sound like what Ivanna was trying to do to Rihanna? Do you see how it ties in to the Delulu and the cuckoos and the crazies? This is mental behavior, mental instability. This is the cuckoo crazy. When you run around trying to allegedly set up people and unalive people and get people set up and beat up and robbed and smirked and murked, that is instability. That's mentally being unstable. I keep telling y'all. She always admits and confesses that she's working on herself, but it never seems to get done because year after year, month after month, she says the same thing. And y'all keep biting the bait. Y'all keep buying into this BS redemption story. And it keeps going and going until someone gets hurt, maimed, or comes up unalived. Until y'all will really see what's going on. The narcissist that Chrisean portrays that she is always appears to be high energy, right? Constant social engagement, productivity, surfing, boxing, checking into school, checking out of school, rapper, singer, and a religious zealot, a Jesus freak. And I don't mean that in a good way. Obsessed with God and church and wants us to think and believe that she's on a spiritual journey when she's really kicking up brimstones from hell. The fuck? This woman is kicking up brimstones like they're softballs. She has the appearance and confidence or her appearance, you can mistake it for confidence. You can mistake it for ambition. And that's just on the surface. And people who are witnessing this, they see it as charisma. They see it as charm, or even drive. And they put a positive connotation to this behavior. See, this is real trickery. This is where they get you. And you could use this, you could take this to the bank and use it in your real freaking life. Okay? Because there's somebody out there right now, especially if you're a good natured and good hearted, you're a target, you dumb bozos. I was a bozo. We are the targets. Because it's hard for a narcissist to go against a narcissist. Now, sometimes it does happen, you guys. Narcissists link with narcissists. It doesn't last for long. Because with absolutely no empathy, no common sense, God gave a motherfucking mealworm, it doesn't last for long. They end up destroying each other, getting rid of each other, and leaving each other alone. They can't feed off each other. They can't be each other's narcissistic supply. Right? It's the good guys that get it. It's the decent ones that they want to drain you of your energy. right? But when you look closer, this isn't healthy motion. What it is restlessness. And this is how I know that Junior is suffering. Narcissists are internally uncomfortable. This is why they're walking around setting up people, wanting people to be unalive, want to drive through their house and pow, and they don't care if they go to jail. They don't care if you call CPS. Call them, keep calling. The bold and brazen attitude that she has and the negative just energy and vibe that she puts out, and yet somebody turns it into a pitcher of Kool-Aid and serves it to the freaking public. And all y'all want is a cup of some ice. Some of y'all drinking the Kool-Aid and putting some lean in with it. We done lost you. Okay? I just wanted to show y'all. Don't take my word for it. Do not take my word for it. Because her own sister said that the whole damn family has mental illness problems. The whole damn family is mentally ill. All right? Don't believe me. I would never know Chrisean as good as her sister knows her. So let's go ahead and take a listen. I want to make sure you guys can hear this, okay? And before you come for me and mine, grab your fly swatter and come for the flies. All right? The flies on the wall. Let's go.
That's my baby. I'm not trying to be Chrisean. Baby, I love this body. I love this body when it's fat. Jay, because I know what to do, baby. I don't have an education, but I know the word. You want to throw shots because you hurt my feelings, baby. That makes me greater. That's why you hate me. Now, Roger that. And I still pray for your heart. Your sister hurt you, and that's between y'all. Your big sister hurt you. You never resolved it, even after y'all fought. The hell? Me and my sister fought, and guess what? She still loved me, and I'm still her favorite. You're weird, but you so-called missionary. What are you teaching the people? What are you teaching your smaller siblings? Because I'm not your sibling no more. And now I'm telling the world, I am not your sibling no more, because you just sent me 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. And I thank you, Lord, for it. I'm not thanking you for not exposing my naked body. Expose it, baby. I love this body. I love this body when it's fat. Jake, because I know what to do, baby. I'll jog to your house and back. You know that. Thank y'all for being prayed up with me and for me. It's all good. All of my siblings have a mental illness. It's in our DNA. I'm not ashamed. I'm just strong, and I'm bold, and I am brave. And I know who a mental illness is in our DNA. Prayed up with me and for me. It's all good. All of my siblings have a mental illness. It's in our DNA. I'm not ashamed. I'm just strong, and I'm bold, and I am brave. All of my siblings have a mental illness. It's in our DNA. I'm not ashamed. I'm just strong, and I'm bold, and I am brave. And I know who I am. I'm not trying to be Taisiki. I love my Taisiki. That's my baby. I'm not trying to be Chrisean. That's my baby. I'm not trying to be the bad lady. That's my baby. I ain't trying to be, oh, but that's my son. You heard me. I'm not trying to be little Petey, but I love sports. That's my baby too. I what the crap? I have my own gift and I have my own legacy. What's wrong with you? What is your gift? Maybe you should really go get in that ring with the lady that tried my little sister. You understand? Because I damn sure will get in the ring with her. I did box for White Lock. I did train for White Lock. When you, hold up, you laid him, hold up. Now I'm really ready to bust you. Girl, who house did you stay in? And you my big sister.
Are you listening to this crazy lady? She is definitely off her rocker. Do you remember what she did? Or do I have to remind y'all? I think I got to remind you. I think so. I really think I have to remind you.
Don't care about it on the block.
Don't forget you looking down in the corner here where Tareen conveniently put her with no clothes on but covered her up. This was exactly what she's talking about. Tareen was the one who put this video out. Okay? This is who is trying to talk to common sense into us. Right here. This is who is trying to talk common sense into us. She's the same one who told us that the whole family has mental illness. It is in their DNA. It is part of their generational curse. Who am I to question? You guys see it. Hold on, y'all. This woman looks possessed, as if she has contorted her body into the most demonic position. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why this is not playing. All I did is mute it. I don't know why it's not playing. But I think you guys can pick up what I'm putting down. Okay? Now remember, Tareen was the one who released that. You see how she said, I'm not ashamed of my body. I'm not. Yo, how crazy are these people? How crazy are these people? Green hearts in the chat when you can hear me. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear me, okay? Now, you guys remember when she threatened Blueface, okay? I have played that video umpteen times, okay? Just, you guys can look it up yourself. You guys can look it up yourself, all right? You know what? She also threatened, what's her name? Remember her best friend, her ex-BFF from high school, AJ? Do you remember when she said that Chrisean threatened her as well? You guys remember that? Now, I will not play when she threatened Blueface because we should know that by heart. But I will try to look up when she threatened AJ, which was her ex-BFF from high school. Remember, AJ, Ronnie, and Chrisean would hang tight. They were tight. They were close. Exactly, KJ. Screws loose. Okay? The Malones, exactly. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Them Malones represent be more to the fullest, baby. LMAO. Exactly. Blueface got that narcissism from his mother. She put both Blue and Drake through a lot. Carlissa's lucky they still haven't cut her off. Thank you so much for the green hearts. Yes, AJ, what? Flip-flop after that. Yep. You remember, and you guys remember, she was in the, remember that, what is that called? The Sprinter van in and around the time when they were filming Baddies. Remember? They were all in the Sprinter van together. Crazy that their meds are not helping them, y'all. Isn't it? And then on top of that, imagine the mother he grew up with, controlling, overbearing, and emotionally immature. Chrisean has been evil since she was little. Imagine what Petey went through with her. She messed him up. Glad he broke free from that demon with many demons in her midst. Y'all, it's sad but true. It is sad but fucking true. Right? Let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys. Hold on. Let me go ahead and pull this up for y'all. Now, let me take this down. You guys make sure you smash that like button. I will be back with another live. I have some things that I need to show you guys too as well. New for the channel and let me see, for my members as well. Let me see, guys. Let me go ahead and bring this up for y'all. This is some crazy shit, y'all. This is. You know, narcissists are internally uncomfortable. They have, you know, an inability to just sit still. And this is why she's constantly moving and going and doesn't want to settle down. It's simply because the demons that she fights within will not allow her to. And you think, or most people think, it's just because she doesn't want an address for CPS to be able to find her. I have a news flash for y'all. I have a news flash for y'all. Okay? CPS can find her. Okay? There are at least 2 locations, 2 to 3 different locations that she frequents every week. Knock it off. It goes deeper than that. This is why this is deeper than rap. This is why we see her in a secret location on a blow-up bed on the floor. This is why Junior is just right off camera, probably in a dark corner somewhere, facing the wall, because her living conditions suck. And the area, I believe, is small. What do I mean by that? Well, when she's not on camera, more than likely, the only area for Chrisean Jr. and her to be in is on that blow-up bed with her. So she props him in the corner right off camera so that it seems like, she can paint this picture that she's in this, large area, or she has her own, she may be staying in a hostel or somebody's house. I wouldn't be surprised if she was at Sean Malone's house, but I'm almost positive that she would brag about that. She wouldn't be able to hold that back and really, let us know. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But it's not just because CPS, she doesn't want to be located, because she can be located. All right. I hate to, bust people's bubbles, but, that's just my perspective, and she wants to paint this picture for the cuckoo birds out there to believe. No, I don't mean just physically, but I mean emotionally and psychologically. She cannot get it together. This is the fidgety mindset that this woman and the woman that we were speaking of, what's her name, Ivanna, and people like her. Remember, we're only looking at a small sector of society. That's what these women represent. And that is sad that Ivanna Ortiz only represents a small sector. That means there's more of them. There's more of them. If you guys realize that her behavior is often impulsive, and I believe Ivanna's behavior was impulsive, and that's how she showed up at Rihanna's house. Yes. There is a symptom and a state of deep suffering, okay? People like Ivanna and Chrisean, they often try to outrun themselves because that's what they're going through. What they're going through is chronic. And I know this sounds crazy, you guys. You know what fuels narcissists is their desperate attempt to avoid who they are, because they had to create a false self early in life, and it wasn't their fault. Now, starting off, it's never the narcissist's fault. The person that we're dealing with now, it started in childhood when they were innocent, when they had no control over what was happening to them, around them, the environment that they were in. They had no control over it. And they were raised in someone else's brokenness, someone else's mental struggle, someone else's drug addiction, someone else's alcoholism, someone else's narcissism. A lot of narcissists are raised by people who are mentally ill, selfish, or narcissists themselves. So they had to create this false self. I'm just trying to give you guys a closer insight to this. And what they go through is chronic. They want to avoid to attempt confronting their own emptiness, because inside they're empty, y'all. I'm here to tell you, they are empty. This is what makes them so dangerous, because why? They are empty inside. I keep telling y'all that they are just a shell. They have to pull from others like you and me. In order to even feel alive. And I know this sounds scary, y'all, but they're walking amongst us right now. Some of y'all, they're in the kitchen. Right now, he's coming home from work. Right now, she's in the room. It could easily be a he. more men than women. Okay. It's very, very disproportionate when you look at narcissistic men and women, very, very disproportionate. But they're out there. All right. Let me go ahead and get to this because I wanted to pull up. Hold on. And when AJ was threatened, let me see if I have it, you guys. Let me make sure, first of all, that you guys can see this. There's so many things I want to show y'all. I just can't feed it all into one live, y'all. Hold on. Let me bring this down. Let me put this up. And let's go ahead and look for this. All right. Hold on, y'all. Because I got to find it. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this video. I think this is it. Let's look at this, okay? If you guys remember AJ, I'm about to refresh your memory. Hold on.
Right. What I am going to get into is you're pouring all of this energy into people, not saying, because I don't matter, right? As a person that has understood motherhood, I don't have child or whatever, but I have experience with a bunch of people who have kids. You pouring a whole lot of energy into things that should not matter right now. It shouldn't matter about nobody besides your child, right? It shouldn't be nothing, no other conversation, no other argument, no other debacle should be happening unless you fighting to, be better. In my eyes, I don't understand how the hell we keep getting back here and you have a child. Why are you not focused on that child? Why are you not pouring this energy into your child? You have a lot of mouth on everybody else, and your priorities and where they at in life is just not aligning to what you really should be doing. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not aligning because you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a mother. I had to get in the camera so you can actually see when you watch this, because the only reason I'm doing this is because I know that you be on the internet, and that's the only way I talk to you, right? You pouring a lot of your time into people, situations that don't matter. You looking for a money grab. Why you talking about you done paid for everything, you done paid for everybody, you done did this for everybody? Do that. That same plan and the same, I took care of this person, I took care of that. Do that for the person that matters. That money's slowing up. That money is slowing up. Them checks not coming. That's for real. You sending any and everything that you can right now to Blueface because he's locked up and he just got more time on him. That's what you're doing. None of that involves your child. And that's my only, what the hell are you doing? You're not worried about nothing else but you're not worried about that? You worried about everything else, but you're not worried about that. About everything else. I mean, you clocking everybody's tea, but you're not clocking a pediatrician. That scares me. I'm scared. You doing your big one, getting on live with certain people, trying to do your big one, but you're not doing your biggest one. It's the littlest one right now. It's the tiniest in the world. It's this big. It's this big. And you're worried about this opposed to taking care of your child? Stop talking to me.
Okay, so you heard what her ex best friend had to say. Okay, this is sad that we can go down a list of people and they all are saying in and around the same things. Okay, this is how narcissists operate. This is how narcissists operate. Okay, now remember I said that AJ had said that Chrisean was threatening her. Let's go ahead and get into this. All right. AJ claims, and shout out to Kappa for likes again. AJ claims that Chrisean Rock is sending goons to threaten her. How many other messages have we just read? How many other messages have we just read of her sending people after people? Tell me, I don't know what I'm not on to something. Tell me I'm not on to something. Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. All right. Hold on. Now, it says right here, AJ, this is AJ, and she's texting. This is all AJ. It says, Wicked B. I don't care how many times you send Emma Epps to threaten me, Chrisean. I'm standing on my fucking 10. She goes on to say, Karan doesn't get to defend himself. I told y'all I will never let his name go in vain, and I meant it. She goes on to say, I need y'all to go blast that comment section with hashtag justice for Karan, hashtag justice for Junior, hashtag save Junior now. Y'all see this? A close friend and former bestie of Chrisean, AJ CRL, has some things to say in her ex account. Okay? Telling you. It says she has the green light to move forward with something. She also claims Rock is sending minions to threaten her. Sounds about right. Y'all see it. I just wanted to make sure that you guys saw it. All right? And do you guys see the pattern here? Do you guys see the pattern? In order for somebody who has narcissistic personality disorder or who is narcish behavior or mentally unstable behavior, depending on which disorder, personality disorder or illness it is, okay, specifically with narcissistic personality disorder. Some of it reflects histrionic personality disorder too, but in order for them to even feel alive, to have a personality, to know how to operate in this world, they don't even know how to operate in this world. They don't even know how to act human. And I know this sounds crazy, y'all, but stick with me. We got the Epstein files, for Christ's sakes. I know you ain't. I know you can follow with me. Okay, you watch 2 or 3 of them videos, you gonna run back over here. You watch the right ones, you're gonna run back over here. This is what they have to do, you guys, in order just to feel alive. To operate in this world as a human. One thing that people like this, like Chrisean and the other Delulus that we see out there, they do not want to be is alone with themselves. And I believe the company that she has, which is her own child, she doesn't want that. Why? Because it didn't turn out the way that she wanted it to. And she ended up with a special needs child. What's wrong with that? Absolutely nothing. But when you deliberately abuse alcohol and substances, there's a high chance that your child is going to be born with difficulties, challenges, medical needs, special needs. And she doesn't want to get the special needs help. See, when a narcissist is alone, there's no audience. Nobody's clapping. No one is validating the mask. That the truth cracks. And the solitude to them, as we see it as something that's peaceful and honorable and a good thing, it is the worst thing possible for a narcissist. You got to think backwards. You got to think backwards, you guys. You just have to think backwards. They need external affirmation to even breathe. This is what it means when I say narcissistic supply. You are their air. You are their personality. You are their character. You are what makes them feel alive. Yeah, you got a lot of responsibility when you're with a narcissist. Why do you think it always feels like you're walking on eggshells and you can never get it right? They're hot and then they're cold. And that goes on all day, every day. Yeah. What you have to understand is people like Chrisean have spent their whole damn life psychologically constructing a false self. Now, like I explained before, it's a form of escape. You understand? When they're going through something traumatic as a child, maybe sexual abuse, maybe molestation, maybe extreme abuse, maybe they're getting beaten. You understand what I'm saying? It's a form of escape. They have to leave who they are, abandon who they are, and become someone or something else. Yeah. This is how they escape whatever abuse or situation or trauma that they were going through, most likely as a child or, or growing up. Now, in stillness, the truth creeps in. And that's why they're always jumping from one thing to another, to surfing, to boxing, to I'm in school, to I'm a rapper, I'm this, I'm that, from man, from Crip to blood, to Crip again. Are you a blue nose or a red nose? I'm a blue nose. Yeah. Their behaviors and actions and the way that they react is erratic and short-lived. They never really see anything through. You know what I'm saying? One moment they're deeply invested. Hosanna! I just spent $1,200 on a surfboard and 2 wetsuits. And I'm taking lessons. I'm going to be the best pro surfer that there ever was. Had us all, woo, yeah, I'm about to grab, girl, I'm looking for sweats. I'm looking for wetsuits. Like, wait a minute, I can go to Malibu too. Like, I'm thinking about, I'm reevaluating my damn life. Like, damn, she about to go be a pro surfer. You feel me? And I joke, but it's not a joking matter. And now, where's the surfboard? Girl, where are your wetsuits? Where's that damn $1,200 surfboard? When, girl, you done clocked in and logged in and checked into Santa Monica, when do you start? Because it had to be spring. I go to Santa Monica College. Online, of course, but still. I'm trying to get in for next semester. I can't. It's not up yet. So when you going to school? You feel what I'm saying? It's all fucking a lie. Right? Anyways, y'all. This is how it goes. And then they deeply invested, right, in a project or maybe even a relationship. And then in the next breath, they done discarded your ass. In the next breath, they wishing you to go to hell, wishing that you would D-I-E, threatening you, calling you a demon. All of a sudden, you're no good. When just an hour ago, you were the best thing since sliced motherfucking bread. And then they just move on to someone else. Right? And this is what I say when I say history repeats itself. Okay? History repeats itself. Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys, because you know I always remind you guys how history repeats itself, right? Let's go ahead and get into a cautionary tale and who we are dealing with, the type of individual that we're dealing with. Now, all of these scenarios are different. They happen in different time periods. They happen to different people. These are different races and different spaces. But what they all have in common is they thought they were bigger than the program. They hid under a guise. Either they were a fanatic, a crazed fan, or they were doing the work of the Lord. Let's go ahead and get into it. Because do you guys remember Rebecca Schaefer? And I might have to take you back a little bit, but let's go ahead and get into that, okay? Let's go ahead and get into this. Let me show you why it's so important to know your history and to vet the people that are around you. Hold on, y'all. Let me bring this up. Hold on, guys. Let me take this down. And let me bring this up. Now, if you guys don't know who Rebecca Schaefer was, she was an actress, okay, in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. And she was taken out by a knock at the door. Just imagine if Ivanna would have been able to knock at Rihanna's door. She was taken out by a knock at the door by an obsessed fan that ended her life. Okay? We are supposedly in World War III. We're definitely at WAR, okay? Never thunk it, did you? Yeah. Remember, there was a World War I and a World War II. History repeats itself. Now, I may not hit the nail on the head, but I'm coming pretty close. I'm coming pretty fucking close. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into this. Now, this man ended this young actress's life in seconds. In July 18th of 1989, she was red-rummed by a crazed fan by the name of Robert John Bardo, who, just like Ivanna, had been following and displaying this behavior for years. This man had been arrested 3 times in 18 months before the red rum even occurred. Let's get into this article, okay? We're going to People Magazine, you guys. Let's go. This was published in July 18th of 2025. I think it's on the anniversary because this happened in July 18th of 1989. Am I going to take you back to the hood like K-Swiss? Yes, I am. I'm taking you way back. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. Hold on. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Because what? Because what? Hold on, y'all. let's see. Hold on. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this article. And let me go ahead and give you guys the information and just kind of catch you guys up on what I'm talking about, okay? Now, let's just pull this up. Rebecca Schaeffer was preparing to audition for Francis Ford Coppola when an obsessed fan unalived her inside the chilling crime, okay? Now, go ahead and take a look at this picture. This is Rebecca Schaeffer, a young actress, and this is the Looney Tune, the crazy ass psycho that took her life in seconds. Let's go ahead and get into this. Rebecca Schaeffer was an aspiring actress who starred in the CBS sitcom My Sister Sam. Robert John Bartow first noticed Schaeffer in a TV commercial in 1986 and followed her career closely for the next few years. Bartow tracked down Schaeffer to her apartment where he unalived her on July 18th of 1989. Now, Rebecca Schaeffer was on the brink of landing the biggest role of her career when she was pow-powed and unalived by a fan. My Sister Sam actress was just 21 years old when an obsessed fan red-rummed her at the front door on July 18th of 1989. Robert John Bartow had been following Schaeffer's career for years, and his fixation on the starlet grew more intense with time. Sound familiar? Let's keep going. Unbeknownst to Schaeffer, Bartow had sent her numerous pieces of fan mail and looked for her on the Warner Brothers studio lot several times. When his initial plans failed, he contacted a private investigator who legally obtained Schaeffer's personal address through the Department of Motor Vehicles records, according to the 2020 special, Your Biggest Fan. Armed with Schaeffer's apartment number and a shotgun, Bartow boarded a bus to Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Schaeffer was awaiting the delivery of a script for The Godfather Part 3, a film in which she was a front runner to play Mary Corleone. That evening, she was set to meet with Francis Ford Coppola. Okay, hold on, y'all, because I don't know why this is not charging. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, you guys. I don't want my I don't want this to die. Why is it not charging now? All right, you guys. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay. Now, it goes on to say that in a turn of events, Schaeffer never made it to the meeting after coming face to face with Bartow. So what happened to Rebecca Schaeffer? Here's everything to know about the actress' death and how it affected Hollywood. Okay. So as you guys can see, this is her. I've already told you about her. Okay. She was born in November of 1967 in Oregon, where she grew up, in Eugene before moving to Portland. All right. And this is a little background, but I just basically wanted to get to the story. Okay. And this is People Magazine, you guys. You guys can go look up this up yourself. Okay. Let me see. And this is what happened to her. Okay. Now, Robert John Bartow, let's see a little bit about who he is. Okay. He was a troubled 19-year-old living in Tucson, Arizona. He was a high school dropout working as a janitor at a local fast food restaurant, per 2020. According to Los Angeles Times, Bartow had been arrested 3 times in 18 months before Schaeffer's red rum. Sorry about that. After one of those incidences, he was charged with disorderly conduct and domestic violence and was sentenced to a counseling program in which he never enrolled. With no prospects, Barter spent much of his time watching television. In the summer of 1986, he saw Schaefer for the first time in a commercial for My Sister Sam, beginning his years-long obsession with the young actress. You guys see it. This is who we are dealing with. Does this sound familiar? Look at this man's picture. Look at this man's picture. A straight nut. This is a straight nutcase. After seeing the commercial for My Sister Sam, Bardo began watching and recording Schaefer's television appearances. He also wrote numerous fan letters to the actress, seemingly non-threatening notes that Schaefer's psychologist father later said appeared to be just another strange kid who wanted someone to pay attention to him. There you go. Didn't I tell you about that paying attention? I'm telling y'all. Bardo later recalled Schaefer writing back, and his obsession reached a new height. During the summer of 1987, he made his first attempt to meet the actress while she was working on the Warner Brothers studio lot, which I've been many a times, you guys, okay? It's not that hard to get in, letting you know. After calling the production office numerous times asking to speak to Schaefer, Bardo arrived on the studio lot carrying flowers and a teddy bear. Despite security sending him away, he returned later and was described as agitated and angry. Bardo was denied entry a second time. Although My Sister Sam was eventually canceled, Bardo continued to follow Schaefer's career in 1989. She appeared in a comedy movie, Scenes from the Classic Struggle in Beverly Hills, which included a love scene. The cinematic moment infuriated Bardo, who decided he needed to confront Schaefer like he knew her. Okay? In a House interview shared on 2020, Bardo explained that he read about how a man named Arthur Jackson had tracked down the actress Teresa Saldana in 1982 through a private investigator and attacked her. History repeats itself. 82, 89, 95. Bardo set out to do the same, and he paid a private investigator a small fee to find Schaefer's address. It didn't take the private investigator long to find her home through records legally obtained from the DMV, according to 2020. After getting his hands on a firearm, he headed back to LA. On the morning of July 18, 1989, Schaefer was awaiting a courier to deliver the script for The Godfather 3. She had been selected to audition for the role of Mary and was scheduled to meet with the director, big-time director, Coppola, Francis Ford Coppola, that afternoon, per 2020. This is so sad, y'all. Meanwhile, Bardo arrived in LA and made his way to Schaefer's apartment building, where he rang the doorbell. Schaefer, expecting the script to be delivered, came downstairs to the lobby's front door and saw Bardo. After a short interaction where Bardo showed Schaefer that the signed photo she had sent him, the actress excused herself, telling Bardo that she had to prepare for an interview. Dejected, Bardo went to a nearby diner to reevaluate the situation. According to 2020, at the restaurant, he grew angry that their conversation hadn't been what he wanted and headed back. Upon returning to the apartment and buzzing upstairs, Schaefer again answered the door. Bardo says she was not so polite this time, alleging that the young actress told him that he was wasting her time. The comment set him off, and after telling Schaefer he had forgotten to give her something, he pulled out his pow-pow and pow-powed her point blank in the chest. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Yeah. Schaefer collapsed, and Bardo told a psychiatrist that the actress repeated, why, as she lay dying. Bardo ran for it, leaving Schaefer's neighbors to discover her in the foyer. Schaefer's My Sister Sam co-star, Jenny O'Hara, had a friend in the building who ran to be by Schaefer's side, staying with her until the ambulance arrived. She was lying on the ground. Her eyes were open, staring. Her neighbor, Kenneth Newell, told Los Angeles Times, "It looked to me as though that she was already unalived." Schaefer was transported to a local hospital and pronounced DEAD shortly after. Y'all see it? This is the man who did that. Look at this lunatic who took her life. Okay? It didn't take long for the police to capture Bardo. After he red rummed Schaefer, upon returning to Arizona the following day, he began acting erratically. On the day that he was captured, he was found running into traffic, proclaiming he had unalived Schaefer. Police were called and he was taken into custody. He was charged with first-degree red rum. The case went to trial 2 years later, during which Bardo waived his right to a jury trial in exchange for the judge not seeking the death penalty. Okay? He did not plead insanity, and instead the defense claimed that Bardo had a mental defect and was too mentally ill to have premeditated the crime, according to 2020. All right? Now, the prosecutor, Marsha Clark, aimed to prove that Bardo was guilty of premeditated red rum. She brought his father and siblings to take the stand. His brother spoke out about helping Bardo buy a pow pow, which showcased that he had previously considered his actions, according to 2020. Clark said that she ultimately was able to prove Bardo's malicious intent during an interview with renowned psychiatrist Dr. Park Elliott Dietz. In the video footage, Bardo could be seen reenacting the scene where he hid the GUN behind his back, showing that he was hiding his intent, proving that he had lain in wait. He was convicted of first-degree red rum with special circumstances of lying in wait in December of 1991. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Okay? You guys see that? It brought about changes to the stalking laws in California too as well. But fast forward to 2026, what did we see? What are we talking about? Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. This is crazy, y'all, how these people are allowed to run around. If Chrisean gets caught, she's going to sing. Maybe that's why she's been getting away with so much. All distractions. Yes, you are speaking the truth, sis. Thank you so much, Dorothy. That if I can just do that, half of that, my job is done. I'm satisfied. All the people covering her crimes and enabling her wickedness and erratic behaviors will all go down eventually too. Tell it. Yeah. The thought of him still being in diapers hurts my heart. She's using Junior for clout. It's obvious. Y'all, can y'all see this? They should have never let Chrisean out of jail or even out the mental hospital. She is a menace to society, and a severely disabled son is in imminent danger every day under her care. Yes. Yes, y'all. It's just not adding up. Threatening people is not from God. Exactly. If I seen Chrisean in public, I wouldn't even speak. God is definitely watching everything. Yep. Yeah, y'all forgot she enrolled in school, huh? What semester? Juvember? When's she going to school? In mid-spring summer session? And y'all just fake clapping for her. Okay? Let's fast forward to 1995 because I got one more cautionary tale for y'all. Okay? You guys remember Selena? Do you guys remember Selena Quintanilla Perez? Better known as just Selena? Let me go ahead and bring her up, okay? For those who don't know who Selena is. Let me go ahead and bring her up. Let me see, guys. Hold on. Now, if you guys don't know who she is, Selena was an American singer. And her influence as far as popular music and fashion, because she was really like a fashionista. Like people really looked up to her fashion as well. And you know what? Let me pull up just her picture and then I'll show you guys this picture as well. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous and talented. And this is so sad, y'all. This is absolutely heartbreaking. Hold on. Let me go ahead and bring up her picture. And I'm going to bring up the article, okay? Now, because of her fashion and her music was so popular, it made her one of like the most celebrated Mexican American entertainers in the world, okay? Of the 20th century for sure. Okay? Of the 20th century for sure. Now, she was 23 years old when she was red-rummed on March 31st of 1995 by the president of her what? Fan club. Fanatics. This is what we're talking about, you guys. We are talking about fanatics. The tragic unaliving of Selena is another cautionary tale when you deal with fanatics. Because that's definitely what we're dealing with. Okay? She was only 23 years old when she was unalived, you guys, by the president of her fan club, Yolanda Salivar, at a motel in Texas. This is the woman that took her life, and she was only 23 years old. All right. Let's go ahead and pull up this article, you guys, so I can show this to you. Hold on, guys. Let me bring this up. Hold on. Let me take this down. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me. And we are dealing with mentally unstable people. We are dealing with deranged people. We are dealing with what you call a fanatic. Straight up fanatic. Let me pull this article so I can give you guys the story of what happened. The full story about what happened. Hold on, y'all. Now, let me make sure you guys can see this as well. And let me bring this up. Such a tragedy, you guys. Such an absolute tragedy. We do not want to see this happen. But if you know, like I know, if you know, like I know, these type of people are unpredictable. Why did this woman unalive Selena? What drove her to want to unalive somebody that she was a fan of? Nobody is your fan, guys. Fan is short for fanatic. And it's not a good thing. Okay, let me go ahead and bring up this article. To be a fanatic, to be a fan is short for fanatic. And it is not a good thing. Okay? A fanatic is a person filled with excessive and single-minded zeal. That's where we get zealot from, religious zealot. Especially for an extreme religious or political cause. Y'all see it? I hit the nail right on the head. There is another definition. Let's read it, shall we? A person with an obsessive interest in and enthusiasm for something, especially an activity. This is what we're dealing with, you guys. Let's go ahead and get into this article so I can give you guys the details of what happened, okay? Yolanda Saldivar. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this fan off. Okay, y'all. Yolanda Saldivar, the former fan club president who Red Rum Tejano star Selena Quintanilla on March 31st, 1995, was denied parole in March of 2025. Now 64, she is serving a life sentence at Mountain View Unit in Gatesville, Texas, and will remain incarcerated until at least March of 2030. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. The Red Rum, Saldivar Pow Pow 23-year-old Selena in the back at a Corpus Christi Days Inn after being confronted about embezzling money from the singer's boutiques. Now, following a 10-hour standoff with police, she was convicted of first-degree Red Rum in 1995 and sentenced to life in prison. The Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles denied her parole, citing the brutal nature of the crime and stating she's a danger to the community. You think? Currently, Saldivar will be eligible for parole again in 2030. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this video. Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and take a look at this video, you guys. This is so sad. I don't know if you guys.
We're back now with late breaking news. The woman convicted of murdering Mexican-American music star Selena has been denied parole. 64-year-old Yolanda Saldivar, who once ran Selena's fan club, is currently serving a life sentence for the 1995 killing that shocked the music world. NBC's entertainment reporter Chloe Melas joins us now with the details. Chloe, walk us through this decision from the Texas State Parole Board. Was it a surprise?
So many of Selena's family members and obviously her devoted fans, they want Yolanda Salvidar to remain behind bars. So it is a win for all of them. Here is what we know, because it's really shrouded in secrecy as to how this decision was made. But we know that it was a 3-person parole panel, and Yolanda Salvidar did not appear before a hearing. We don't know if anyone from that parole board spoke to her, but we know that they did their own investigation. They re-examined documents. They did interview some people. There had to be a majority vote. And although we don't know what that vote was, in a statement today, they did say that Yolanda is still a continuing threat to public safety. But what is interesting, Ellison, is that in 5 years, Yolanda Salvidar will be up for parole again, and she will go through this process all over.
Chloe, have we heard anything from Selena's family or even Yolanda's?
Yeah, so we haven't heard anything from Yolanda's family, but Selena's family, they did just release a statement moments ago. And what they said is that they are very thankful to the parole board for coming to this decision. And they go on to say that although nothing can bring their daughter, the wife of this family, back, that they are so grateful that Yolanda Salvidar continues to remain behind bars. And I do want to point out, though, that Yolanda and her family have been very vocal over the last few years. And last year on Peacock, there actually was a documentary called Yolanda and Selena, The Secrets Between Them. And Yolanda has maintained that this shooting was an accident, that it's not how it was portrayed in the movie that famously starred Jennifer Lopez, that Yolanda, who was running Selena's fan club, was embezzling money, and that that's why they met at the Days Inn motel that day. Yolanda has always maintained that Selena allegedly was having an affair with a local doctor, and that Yolanda was the only one who knew this deep secret, and that that's the reason why they met that day to discuss it. And that although Yolanda had a gun, that it accidentally went off. But authorities, Ellison, have always said that Selena was shot in the back, and that it's very clear based on their investigation and evidence at the crime scene that she was trying to escape that day from that motel room. Obviously an incredibly sad story, and this is a breaking news just happening moments ago.
Chloe Malas on that breaking news for us. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay on.
So you guys saw that video, you heard what was said, and this is absolutely sad, y'all. Idolizing is not good. It's not good at all. And I'm glad that I was able to bring you guys some cautionary tales. And sometimes that's how individuals justify harmful acts while believing that they're doing good. The frightening part is that people like this often blend into everyday society. They don't always look dangerous, like I said. They can appear to be peaceful, nice, devoted, passionate about what they do, until a moment comes where their belief turns into action. Right? They're acting under divine authority. Logic just doesn't work anymore. Accountability doesn't register. In the same way, we just saw the incident that happened to Rihanna and her family. I don't care if she's Satan himself. Okay? Let God handle it. Can't nobody handle it like God. You pow-powing her? No. Let God handle her. If that's what if that's what you believe. You know what I'm saying? But we're not handing out any angel wings. We never do over here on Blood Name Media. Everybody's suspect. All y'all. Every last one of you. It's really scary. Because in their mind, the harm that they cause becomes like correction. The violence becomes their purpose. And that's what makes extremism. That's what makes that ideology of any kind, damn it, is so freaking dangerous, because the real risk isn't the loud chaos. It's that quiet tick, tick, boom that ticks and ticks and ticks unnoticed until it explodes. Now, let me be clear. This conversation is not about attacking religion or believers. I'm religious my damn self. I'm a believer. Millions of people practice faith, different faiths every day. This is about warning signs, you guys. This is why I bring these cautionary tales to you. This is about awareness. This is about reading the room, keeping your head on the swivel, being aware of your surroundings. Now, could they have prevented this? Probably not. Because who is going to think that you're going to meet them at the day's end and freaking shoot me in the back? Who in their right mind? Why would Rihanna be sitting at home like, you know what? Somebody might pull up, I don't know, in a car, a Tesla, and they might try to pow us. You think we should leave town? Like, who is going to be thinking like that but the crazy nut that's going to carry it out? Nobody. So I'm not saying this is these people's fault, because how would they know? But if you look at the patterns, some of these people have been pointed out, have been Baker acted, have been arrested 3 times in 18 months, who have been found incompetent, mentally incompetent to stand trial, because y'all allowed cuckoo crazy to walk in. You shut down all the damn mental institutions. There has to be a better way, okay? Because this system's radar is fucking bent. It's been all out of shape. Y'all ain't on it. Y'all got to get on your job. This system has to get on their job. There has to be a better way to detect this sooner. And then you know how they always say, oh, they're watching us online. They wasn't watching us. You can go to her page right now. And them same videos is up of her threatening, tagging, adding, speaking Rihanna's name, Cardi B's name. She just came for Billie Eilish, not even weeks before this happened. Her family has come out and spoken, said she's crazy. It's all outside. We tried to help her, but we couldn't. Can we blame the family? No. Because they made a good point. Once you're 18, you cannot make anybody do anything. And even if they're Baker acted, even if they're put on medication, it has to be solely up to them if they choose to continue to take their medication. There has to be a better way. That's all I'm saying. This is about warning signs, about recognizing when devotion turns into obsession, when obsession turns into justification for harm. Because society often ignores red flags until the tragedy forces us to pay attention. Did you get all that? And in this case, the outcome could have been catastrophic for Rihanna and her family. Let this be a cautionary tale. Because what could have happened to Rihanna and her family is tragic. Absolutely tragic. Could you imagine if an innocent child would have been hit by a stray pow-pow? Could you imagine what would have happened if somebody would have gotten hurt? And it's so sad to say that the woman in question has 3 mugshots. What part of the game is that? What part of the game is this? Y'all feel me? Especially with children inside of the home, this could have been catastrophic. Now, I want to hear from you. Where do you think the line between faith and being a fanatic, where's that line? And do you believe society takes warning signs or extremism seriously enough before the violence happens? Drop your thoughts respectfully in the comments, and I thank you for that. Because we have had a real conversation. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for more independent media. If you guys want more breakdowns like this, where we go deeper than the headlines and talk about the psychology behind the stories, tap in with your girl. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat before I let you go. Because what happened at Rihanna's house should really be a wake-up call. Not just one person, but about a pattern that we keep ignoring in real time. It's right in our faces on social media. Do I have to take you back to Facebook? Because it's still there. Right in our face. Now people are shocked that Ivana Ortiz allegedly opened fire at Rihanna's house. And that's the part I wanted to talk about. Because being unchecked does not mean being harmless. Just because someone's not arrested yet, just because consequences haven't caught up to them, does not mean the behavior isn't escalating. And sometimes these very people fly up under the radar right in our face until one moment changes everything. Right? And that's where this conversation connects to larger patterns we see online, including public figures whose behavior repeatedly raises concern. Right? When people talk, we call it drama. When the family speaks out, people laugh. Right? And when we, the viewers, the spectators, the everyday people, notice the patterns, we get labeled haters. We're the haters. We're the bad guys. But hindsight always tells the truth, y'all. We have to start realizing when the breadcrumbs that are being dropped in front of us aren't random. Those are warnings. Those are warnings. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. And I'll be back with another video. Trust in no man, trust and believe in God alone. Thank you so much. Of course, Isaiah 2:22, stop regarding man in whose nostrils is breath, for of what account is he? Remember, Chrisean said she wanted to pow Blueface in the face. Exactly. She was very serious. And I want you guys to also remember when Chastity was telling us that Chrisean was living in her car, she went to the family fitness and took a shower and yada, yada, yada. Remember all of that? She changed Junior's diaper and all that. Remember, she said that they drove around all day. Nobody ever took her to where she was supposed to go. And she hung with her sister. Remember what she said about her sister? Her sister said, I'm about to go stalk my baby daddy. And Chastity did not want to go. Y'all remember that, huh? Yeah, look it up. Look it up. I played it here a million times. What is up, Connie? What is up? Thank you so much. Shout out to Connie. Let me give a quick roll call before I let y'all go. Copycat is J-Lo. The story was so sad. She was loved all over the world. Yes. And still is. Selena trusted everyone around her. So sad. Her father passed on, I believe, last year. Oh, really? Jealousy is a hell of a drug, y'all. Yep. Innocent and trusted everyone. Was only 23 years old. Rebecca Schaefer, only 21 years old. Okay. When I think of Selena, I hear bitty bitty bum bum. Yeah. She has so much talent, you guys. In fashion, she was influential, and in music. Like I said, she was an American singer, but she was really the most celebrated Mexican American entertainer of the 20th century. Okay? So sad, y'all. I will be back. Let me give a shout out to everyone so they think they are untouchable. Some think they're untouchable. Yeah. Let me give a shout out to everybody who showed up and showed out. You guys hyped me up in the chat, and I appreciate that. And you kept me company. Love it, love it, love it. Okay? You guys send out positive vibes to Rihanna. Rihanna didn't deserve this. Her family didn't deserve this. Whatever Rihanna is or is doing behind the back, don't worry. God got you. God is going to handle that. Don't exact your own justice. Don't become a vigilante. Okay? It's not up to us. And I know sometimes I say I got a soul to save. I just say that because Nipsey Hussle song. I'm not being for real. We cannot save anybody's soul. All we can do is be an example. All we can do is let positivity shine through. All we can do is let people see the God in us. Okay? All you can do is light up a room and spread positivity and treat others as you'd want to be treated. That's all you can do. That's where you got to draw the line. We can't exact justice. We can't be reprimanding people's souls. We cannot be branding people, but we're not blind. We ain't just going to act like we didn't just see you. Girl standing in the middle of that, whatever that thing is called. I don't even know what the hell it's called. And I'm just saying that a lot. I didn't see her, but I did see it on the ASAP Rocky video. Don't play with me. But the signs and symbols that we see are not always what we see. You understand what I'm saying? Like I explained, being in a video randomly, you don't know what the hell the damn director and the editor gonna do, girl. You just there looking cute. Hair did, nails did, everything did. I'm about to get paid. Hell yeah, I'm about to be in ASAP Rocky fucking video. Girl, you crazy? Yes, I'm about to be in Beyonce video. Yes, girl. Are you dappy? You feel me? It's just the way it is. Anyway, you guys send out positive vibes to Rihanna and her family. Please. Nobody deserves this. Right? Nobody deserves that, y'all. It's crazy. It really is. It's crazy. I'm just like, what? But you understand, like, the louder the behavior, the bigger the audience. The most shocking the moment, the more shocking that the moment is, the more engagement it gets. So instead of intervention, people get validation. Better watch it. Sector of society. We see some of these same behaviors when we look at Chrisean. All I did is point them out. I didn't hold no GU in their head and tell her to act this way, say this, say that, do this, do that. Instead of accountability, they get followers. And eventually, reality collides with reality. Now, let me be clear. Having struggles, trauma, mental health challenges does not make someone dangerous. Millions of people live with those realities and responsibly every day. Okay? But when you combine unchecked behavior, grandiosity, obsession, public threats, and escalating conflict, that's when society needs to pay attention. You need to start paying attention because patterns matter. Repeated aggression matters. She done threatened the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. And y'all still like, And ignoring warning signs because someone is entertaining or famous is how situations spiral. What scares me the most is how often people say afterward, we never saw this coming. Oh, yeah? But sometimes we did. We chose not to look closely enough. And when the dangers, the behavior keeps getting normalized as content, drama, or personality, somebody eventually gets hurt. That's why conversations like this are uncomfortable, but necessary. Okay? Uncomfortable, but necessary. Let me give a quick shout out to everybody in my chat. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming out. Hold on. Let me pull you up. You said, keep speaking the truth, sis. Yes, please. Clock it. Nonchalant behavior is disturbing. Yes. Shout out to Dorothy Grant. Shout out to Connie. Truth sets one free. Let's see. Shout out to Navy Beans, Ari Body. Shout out to CJ Stampy. Day one's in the building. If you are new, make sure you subscribe. Stick around a while, okay? I'm going to start having panel where on one day a week at least. We're going to start with 1 day a week where I can pull you guys up and we can have a real conversation, okay? I talk, you talk back, you know. So we're going to start opening that up, bringing some newness to this platform. I don't know. I just want to try it out. Okay. Dorothy Grant, shout out to you. Castings, what is up? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Abdi Bibi, shout out to you, girl. Thank you. Let's see. KJ, welcome. Welcome. Linda Ware, thank you so much. I see my day ones. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to my members. I really appreciate you guys. Kim Marsnew, welcome, welcome. Houston, Texas, Brioni, welcome, welcome. All right, I don't know what that stands for, but HTX, welcome. I'm just giving you a name, huh? You're like, girl, I don't know nothing about Texas. So if I missed you, I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to make sure. Shayla, shout out to you. Joyce McPhee, shout out to you. Dimple Poppin, what is up? Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank y'all. Thank you for the love. Miss LaBee. LaBee. Thank you. Miss Kelly in the building. I just want to make sure I show you guys some love. Jenny from The Shy, always a pleasure. All right, y'all. Natty Red, Shantae, Princess, welcome. Thank y'all. Okay, I am out of here. Let me see. Hold on. And I will be back with another video, you guys. Make sure you like my edited videos if and when I put them out. My internet was down for a minute, you guys, but it's back up again. So you guys make sure you guys show my edited videos some love. I'm going to try to put some edited videos out. So you guys make sure you show them some love as well. And before I leave, I just wanted to really just put this out there. Do you think, because I want to hear from you, do you think that social media ignores red flags until it's too late? And where should the line between entertainment and accountability be? I want you guys to drop your thoughts, again, respectfully in the comments. Thank you for this real discussion. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share if you support independent journalism that asks the hard questions. This is Blonay Media, and I'll see you on the next report. Until next time, America.
for watching. Shout out to my VIPs, and I'll see you on the next video.